Saudi Arabia's Albaik food system is looking to bring the kingdom's own massively popular version of quick service restaurant into Malaysia. We speak to its CEO Rami Abu Ghazalah to find out how the chain plans to replicate its success in Malaysia. Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rami, for agreeing to interview with us today. And traveling all the way from Saudi Arabia all the way to Malaysia. So welcome to our country.
Thank you, and it's a true pleasure to be in this beautiful country.
All right, okay, so before we start, maybe you could brief us about Albaik Food Systems and how it originated from Saudi Arabia.
Albaik has been serving customers since 1974. And our father started the business. At that time, he saw that there was a need to start a chain of restaurants that serves high-quality food quickly in a very clean restaurant atmosphere at the best prices for customers. And unfortunately, 2 years into his venture, he passed away. And it was my brother and myself duty before anything to continue his legacy and begin systemizing and managing the Albaik business in order for it to grow until where we are today.
Now, what is your product proposition for Albaik, especially in Saudi Arabia?
Well, usually we started at the beginning with mainly what we call Albaik chicken, which is pressure fried and served to customers in such a way where outside it is very crispy and inside it is moist and tender. Right. This is how we started. We made sure from the beginning that the oils we use are 100% vegetable oils. We made sure that every menu item that we serve is not minced, is not played with. It's everything that a mother would trust to serve for her children. Today we have shrimps on the menu, we have fish on the menu, and spicy food, you know, chicken and fish, sandwiches, burgers, but everything is either whole or filet, pure filet.
I see, okay. So now how many stores do you have at the moment in Saudi, and how many do you plan to open, say, you know, in the country itself and also outside of the country?
Today in Saudi Arabia we have 64 restaurants, and for me to answer how many restaurants we'll open around the world, you have to understand or I have to say the vision of Albaik, which is putting mms and wows on every customer's lip, every time, everywhere, the world over. So we believe that Albaik as a product and as a service is not concentrated for one region. It is enjoyed by everybody around the world. We have people from Japan, from Brazil, from the United States, from Malaysia and Indonesia who love Albaik chicken.
I see. So in terms of market share in Saudi itself, how much do you command against other players?
We don't look at market share. We don't look at Albaik as a business like everyone else does. As I said in my speech, Albaik is an amana, a trusteeship. We believe that God has given us a responsibility to protect this business, to nourish it and to grow it, so that the goodness of it is spread around the world.
All right, okay, so Mr. Rami, we understand that competition in any businesses can be very tough, and we understand also you are up against the big boys, you know, the Western players, KFCs, McDonald's and so on. How do you remain competitive in your business?
The Albaik module is totally different than anybody else. We depend on very high volume to be served in every restaurant with very minimum profit margins.
Right.
And this way we create incredible value. We concentrate on excellence in everything we do.
Right.
We do not cut corners anywhere. For example, we don't mince any meat. Whatever you eat is something you trust 100% because you see exactly what you're eating.
Right, okay. Now, Mr. Rami, your presence here in Malaysia, it's very important. It signifies that you intend to spread your wings from Saudi Arabia to other parts of the world. Why Malaysia, and why are you looking at Asia in particular?
We believe that with very welcoming governmental regulations, you have an excellent franchise system and laws here. You have a highly educated workforce. You have the infrastructure that is needed. So all that really invites investors to look at a great country like Malaysia to start to set up the infrastructure that is required before we go in with any restaurant business.
I see. And we understand that from your speech earlier, you intend to establish industrial and logistics hubs. Could you please brief to us how is the development going towards that, and what do you envision that hub to be?
The hub, of course, at the beginning, DWA will be doing a feasibility study to advise us on which country in ASEAN is the right place to set up our investment. The investment is in particular a major food processing plant. We will start in stages where it will be a modular investment where factories can be built as required. It will be preparing our seafood and our chicken. It will have the opportunity also to export finished products all the way to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Of course, the fact that Malaysia is big on halal is very interesting for us also to look at as a supply for our raw materials. The initial investment is 100 million ringgits for the infrastructure, for the industrial arm and the logistics arm. And again, it could be Malaysia, it could be anywhere in ASEAN. We are negotiating with all the entities to find where is the best location for such an investment.
Albaik has an almost cult-like followers back home, with customers reportedly willing to drive halfway across the country or even fly just to get the dose of Albaik's roasted chicken. Now, it remains to be seen whether Malaysians will accept the brand with the same fervour.